Hello class, welcome to Big Bang Data Science Solutions, the 15th free program in collaboration with the Moroccan Universities. Welcome to week number 4 and session number 2. In this week, it's about learning the data, which is phase number 2 of the QuestDM that we are gonna be using for this project. Okay, yesterday we learned about what needs to be done to understand the data. That is very important. Understanding data is very critical. Understanding the problem is very critical. Pre-processing the data is very, very critical as well. So 3 components, if you mess up with them, if you don't do them right, most likely you are going to end up creating a catastrophe. Most likely you will end up creating something that would drive the decisions maker crazy. So that is your job as data scientist, is to spend as much time as you can to understand the problem, the way the management understand the problem, number 1. Understand the data, understand what is that thing you have in the data, and also come up with a plan to prepare, pre-process, and fix any data quality issues related to the data. So today we are going to continue learning how to understand the data. We are still working for this auto insurance problem. We are still working for this auto insurance, and our job is to fix the issue of money loss because of the fraudulent. So we got a statement that was provided by the business. The business is telling you, hey, Mr. X, in spite of having a fraud investigation team that investigates up to 30% of all claims made, we are still losing too much money due to the fraudulent claims. Trust me, guys, I have asked in my previous classes or in many presentations that I had in the past, I have asked my class, if you were hired as data scientist and you were given this statement, where do you start? Trust me, I got a lot of different answers. Some of them different answers depends on the background of the person. Many students, they are saying we need to find out this 30%. Some of them, they are going to say, they said that we need to know who was fraudulent, who was committing fraudulent. There are so many different questions. They are great questions, but they are from different perspectives. Maybe from data engineering perspective, from business perspective, from data perspective, etc. And as we already know, that the typical start is understanding the problem first, then understanding the data, and understanding, pre-processing the data. Okay, so this is the business that we tackled, and we split this business statement into manageable pieces. We call them framing, and we know what to investigate. There are many things that you could investigate through this single simple statement. You could investigate the payments. Could investigate clients. You could investigate claims. You could investigate policies. You could investigate so many things. There's so many things. Who do you think is going to help you to determine what to investigate? So there is a question for you guys. Try to answer in the chat. Try to answer in the chat. Whom do you think whom you should consult with to help you frame the problem? Yes, it's team. In your team, it's your team. And of course, in your team, we have domain expert, business expert. We got the data expert, and we got you. Yeah, so you might not be able to come up with all these directions if you don't have a team. That is very important. The very important is you need to build a team before you dive deep into the problem. Okay, so in under data understanding, business understanding, we learned about the objectives, how to determine objectives. We have to have an objective. We have to understand the objective first. Then we need to frame the problem. And when we frame a problem, we need to check to assess the feasibility. We agreed that we are going to do claims. Okay, then we need to check the feasibility of this direction. Do we have a data? Do we have the infrastructure? Do we have the resources? Do we have so many things that we need to have to, because we don't want to start going one direction وفي الآخر كان نلقاوه طريق مسدود. تصور بأنك مثلا غادي في هذا الاتجاه هذا 3 شهور وانت خدام عليه وفي الآخر اكتشفتي بأنك راه ماشي هذه الطريق الصحيحة. It's close end road or end. So يعني it's a waste of time. من البداية من انت كتحدد المسار ديال الاناليتكس ديالك كتحاول تفهم واش كاين واش feasibility واش هذا الدايركشن is feasible واش كاين possibility نوصلوا لشي نتيجة. That is very important. ما تمشيش حتى الاخر وعاد كتحاول because if you were to, if you were to fix a problem within your project, fixing a problem at the early beginning is less expensive than fixing it at the end of the project. إلا خليتي المشكل حتى الاخر وبقى تحاول تعالجه maybe it's too late. صافي مشى عليك الوقت مشى علي يعني it's too late to fix it. So it's always good to work hard at the beginning. يعني في البداية خصك كاع تنظي كل شيء تفهم كل شيء تسطر كل شيء يعني document everything, make sure everything is documented. You know, your approach is feasible. Then we talk about the measurement. كيفاش غادي نعرفوا بأن احنا وصلنا لشي نتيجة. We have to have some measurement. We talked about the target variable if it's going to be a prediction. We talked about the analytical approaches. We talked about the deployment. This is very, very important. Deployment is very important. علاش؟ لأن راه تقدر دير لنا شي تقدر تصنع لنا شي حل ولا ديفلوب لنا شي حل واعر لكن إلا ذاك الحل غير قابل للتطبيق then what is the deal? You know, we don't need it. It's a waste of time, waste of energy, effort. And of course, the business is not going to be happy. Your manager is not going to be happy. Just expect it. Then we have a team and we have عندنا تصور ديال البيانات اللي غادي نحتاجو. ثم phase number 2. In phase number 2 عندنا data. We have the data. We are going to use Python. And in Python, we are going to install all the libraries we are going to need. Then we are going to read the data. We are going to read the data. So that is what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do. I just fired up the Jupyter notebook. وهذه البيانات راه عندكم البيانات إلى مشيتوا للكانفاس. مشيتوا للكانفاس. يعني click on يعني canvas راه كاينه click على sorry the week number 4 train materials then click on the link to Dropbox وغادي تحصل على الcode. This is the code, this is the agenda. Yeah, I don't think I gave you the data. So let me, there we go. So I just added the data. So نزلوا هذا الفايل هذا نزلوا data and we are going to work on it together. So أول حاجة غادي نديرو we are going to need to install not install import. يعني كاين مجموعة ديال المكتبات اللي كتسهل علينا الحياة ديالنا as a programmer. A lot of libraries that we can use in R, in Python. In R, it's around 19,000 تقريبا 19,000 مكتبة كاينة في الR. وفي البايثون I think it's over 200,000 أكثر من 200,000 مكتبة في البايثون. لكن احنا we are going to use only few libraries. We are going to use NumPy, we are going to use Matplotlib, we are going to use Pandas. هادو مجموعة من المكتبات مهمة جدا لعالم بيانات ومحلل بيانات. They are very essential, very critical, and they are needed. So you need to learn them. So you need to add them to your plate as data scientist, data analyst. مع الأسف ما عندناش وقت باش نتعلموهم. يعني we don't have time. This is another على الأقل خاصنا واحد 2 sessions على NumPy، واحد 2 sessions على Matplotlib، 2 or 3 sessions على Pandas. So it's another training وما عندناش feasibility باش نديرهم. Anyway, so هاد libraries just Google them. إلا محتاج كتب أنا عندي مجموعة من الكتب على libraries. I can share them with you guys through WhatsApp or through an email. There's one book that I really like. It's called Pandas for Everyone. This is a very great book. يعني كتفهم هاد البانداس هذه يعني from end to end. كاين مجموعة الكتب I can share with you, but it is your responsibility to learn them. أنا مع الأسف ما عنديش feasibility باش نعلمكم NumPy, Matplotlib والبانداس، ولكن it's your responsibility. Okay, and we are going to import them. منين في كاين دابا هاد NumPy, Panda, Matplotlib وبانداس. منين نزلتي هذا الأناكوندا when you download Anaconda by default they come with it. فكينزلوا مع الاناكوندا من كتinstall for the first time. دابا راه كاين السيستم ديالك. They are in the C drive or whatever drive that you installed Anaconda. وخصنا نخرجوهم داك السي درايف ونجيبوهم للذاكرة العشوائية, the memory. So we are going to bring them to the memory so you can use them. To bring them from the system, from the C drive into the memory, we are going to do import. Import يعني جيب لي هاد المكتبة اللي عندي أنا في السيستم ديالي، جيب هالميموري ديالي علاش باش نستعملوها. Okay. So when we import a library, we are going to give it an alias. Okay, so احنا درنا الامبورت ديال NumPy، اعطينا هذا الاسم كتسمى الالياس او الشورت كات NP، يعني الداخل لتحت من كتشوف NP راه كتعني بها NumPy. وطلعنا Matplotlib وعطيناه PLD، وطلعنا البانداس we gave it a PD. يعني هاد NumPy Matplotlib بانداس هي عبارة عن مجموعة ديال الأوامر ديال commands اللي نقدروا نستعملوا باش يعني so we can deal with the data. Okay. دابا غاديين we are going to create a variable. We are going to create a variable. So we are going to create an object. هذه غير سمية. هذه واحد المكان يعني it's a space in the memory. عبارة عن كاس. وهذا الكاس هذا غادي نخزنوا فيه هذه البيانات هذه. اوكي. غادي نديروا PD read insurance claim. يعني PD شنو هي PD؟ هي المكتبة اللي طلعنا قبيله. هاد PD هذه البي دي هذه بانداس راه عندها واحد الكوماند، عندها واحد البي دي اف بي دي بانداس بي دي اف هي يعني هذا هو البي دي اف غادي نشارك معكم. ربما this is the most updated PDF. Now I cannot share the link with Dropbox. You got to go through, you got to get the link from the canvas. Okay, so you got to do some work. يعني هاد اللايبراري هذه تقدر تدير بها merge, group, reshape, time series, plotting. There is a lot you can do. Join, I'm still reading different read different files, CSV, JSON, HTML, LaTeX, XML. So it's a huge library اللي تقدر تستعملها, and this should be enough. هذه بوحدها should be enough. كاينة read. Okay, read هذه هي why it's not giving me anything. يعني كاينه read function, هذا كانت الفانكشن هي اللي غادي نستعملو دابا باش نقراو هذا الفايل اللي عندنا ونقوموا بال save it, store it in this object called our insurance. اوكي, اول حاجه كنديروا دوك اللي ما عندهمش البايثون programming is simply we are going to need to explore. We are going to need to explore whatever we have stored in this object. خصنا دابا نطلعوا ولا نكتشفوا ولا to print out what do we have stored in this object. Here are two things to do that. Number one, we could use print function. Then do print function. ولا نقدر نديروا just the name of the object. That's it. Either do print function ولا نديروا name of the object. غادي نديروا name of the object. إلا درنا name of the object كيعطينا مجموعة ديال بزاف ديال العناصر وكتحبس, يعني كيعطينا تقريبا 5 الأولين وكيعطينا 5 الآخرين. حنا ما بغيناش كلشي, بغينا just few. We are going to do كاينه واحد الميثود سميتها head وكنختاروا by default من كدير head كيعطيك غير 5 وانت ممكن you need to you could override the default which is 5 numbers starting from 0. بغيتي دير 2 عطينا غير 2, بغيتي مثلا 10 كيعطيك 10 الاولين. Why do we need to check your data? Just to make sure that you have the data that you're supposed to learn. غادي نديرو غير 3 مهمين جدا. So we got 3. You got what as a customer, age, policy number, policy bin date. We got مجموعة ديال features. هذا كيتسمى الفيتشر. feature. هذا كيتسمى feature عنده بزاف ديال الاسماء. They are called an input. They are called predictors. They are called the independent variables. They are called X. يعني مجموعة ديال الاسماء. وهذه كتسمى يعني it's called target variable. كتسمى target variable. كتسمى الY. كتسمى dependent variable, outcome, response, class. يعني كاين مجموعه ديال الاسماء, لكن حنا غادي نسميوهم X and Y. حنا غادي نسميوهم X and Y. اي حاجه كتشوفوا بالزرق it's an X. This is X, X1, X2, X3, Xn, and we got the Y. The Y هي target variable ديالنا. Y هي اللي غادي نحاولوا نديروا لها الانفستيجيشن. This is why we need to investigate. منين جاتنا هاد الواي هادي راه ما كايناش في database. There is no Y in the database. كايناش. احنا يعني قمنا يعني we created this why through manually investigating all the previous claims. Okay, that is how we got into this one. Any question? Any question please? ممكن تاخذ المايك ماشي مشكلة. يعني remember علاش تحولنا من الواتساب من اليوتيوب لهذا اللي سميته الزوم. It just we want to have a conversation. So please speak out if you have any question. Let me know. I'll be more than happy to address. Okay. البارح هضرنا على واحد قضية مهمة جدا. أي حاجة كتشوفها في هذه البيانات probably you might not need it. كاين بزاف ديال الحوايج that you don't need right in the fly. صور مثلا إلى عندك واحد الفايل اللي فيه واحد 6 مليون 6 million ديال records or 20 millions or 5 millions or even a million وعندك واحد 500 plus access. يعني وعندك حتى ذاك الميموري ديال الكمبيوتر ديالك is very small and very limited. يعني من المستحيلات باش غادي دير الاناليسيس لهاد الداتا. يعني it's gonna crash and keep crashing on you, so you are not going to get anywhere. مزيان باش حنا غادي نديرو reducing the dimensionality. غادي نحيدو مجموعة ديال x's that we feel they are not going to add any value to the analysis. والبارح قلنا بأن مجموعة ديال الأمور اللي نقدر نديرها. Number one, we are going to remove all personal information. We are going to remove dates unless we have the unless we are doing time series analysis. We are going to do data with high cardinality. يعني data اللي يعني مقرر مثلا إلى عندك city، عندك مثلا state هو الإقليم ولا الولاية. ما تعطينيش city. I don't care about the city. I don't care about the county. ماشي county هي المقاطعة. I don't care about the address. راه إلا قلتي لي ساكن في كازا راه بحال إلا قلتي لي راه ساكن في المغرب. مثلا عندنا واحد البيانات ديال من العالم، من جميع دول العالم. إلا قلتي لي أنا راه كازاوي راه كتقول لي أنت مغربي. يعني إلى state. يعني if you have a country you have city غير قول لي كازا ولا قول لي المغرب راه كتعني the same thing. So state. So كتعني the same thing. That is called the data with high cardinality or the data with high hierarchy. يعني كاين واحد الترابط بين البيانات خصنا نحيدوهم. إما غادي نخليو سميتو غنخليو state ولا city ولا خلي شي وحده اللي هي less cardinal. zip code. وغادي نحيدو البيانات اللي هي data constant data or data with low variance. مثلا الداتا ديال low variance. إلا عندك واحد الكولوم، مثلا عندك واحد الكولوم سميتو let's say year وكله 2022 كله. So this is a constant. يعني كله 2022 يعني is not going to add any value. هذا this is a constant. ولا عندك مثلا low variable low variance، عندك 2021 وعندك عندك واحد المجموعه اللي هي 2021 نسبه قليله بزاف، مثلا 5% ولا 3% they are 2021 والباقي 97% is 2022. So this is a low variance data, low variance feature. خصنا نحيدو. وخصنا نحيدو عاوتاني number 5 yeah, remove all person information IDs. IDs إلى عندك مثلا IDs اسمها random numbers numbers هذه حيدهم. وفي كاين مجموعة ديال ما عقلتش عليهم، كاين number 6 number 7 number 8 number 9 غادي يبقى. يعني من الأول from the early beginning you know that there is something that you could do. In theory هذه كتسمى dimensionality reduction. We got to reduce the reduction. We got to reduce our dimensionalities. هذه كتسمى dimensionality reduction. Okay. To reduce the dimensionality باش تقلل من هاد الاكسس. قبل ما تقرا الداتا ديالك اللي سميتو whatever tools you are going to use, especially if you have a very if you have a computer with limited resources. اللي عندك البي سي اللي عنده الميموري ديالو صغير، هذاك الكاباسيتي ديالو اللي ماشي تاع you need to reduce the dimensionality of your data. To reduce the dimensionality, there are two ways. Okay, there are two methods. There are two methods to do that. Okay. The first method is called features selection. Feature selections or feature selections. Okay, الثانية اسمها feature creation or feature engineering or feature maybe creation. عندها بزاف ديال الأسماء. or feature engineering. Okay, that is very important. وهاد الفيتشر selections راه كاينين جوج طرق. اللي تقدر تستعملهم. كاينه طريقه اللي كتطلب منك ماشين ليرنين، يعني ويب ايميل، لابد من المشين ليرنين، لابد من تدخل العمليات الحسابيه المعقده الرياضيه المعقده. وكاين طرق اللي sorry guys, let me repeat this. كاينه without machine learning, without ML، وكاينه with طرق اللي هي لابد من machine learning. اوكي، of الفيتشر creation راه كاين طرق عاوتاني تقدر تستعملهم اللي هي with machine learning and without machine learning. Okay, that is very important, and we are going to talk about them one at a time. Let's create a nice graph. Okay. Okay. You guys have, what is the relationship between dimensionality reduction and the cause of dimensionality? Handor, there is something we are going to talk about in the future, inshallah. Okay, curse of dimensionality and reduction of dimensionality. So the curse of dimensionality, is a hidden problem that you might not be able to discover unless you utilize probably machine learning. عشان هو الكورس of dimensionality أحسن بيانات اللي تقدر تستعملها في analytics. The best data is the data with as many records and less columns. يعني هاد الكولمز يكونوا قلال وهاد الريكوردز يكونوا كتار. So many records and less. This is the best data اللي تقدر تتعلم منها. So منين انت كتخدم على اي problem using analytics حاول تلقى البيانات داتا اللي عندها بزاف ديال الريكوردز many millions وعنده في ديك الفيتشرز less. أشنو هو الكورس of dimensionality؟ منين حنا غير بخلاصة منين كنديروا المشين ليرنينغ. machine learning اللي هو عبارة عن خوارزميات رياضية is simply mathematics equation. هذه الخوارزميات الرياضية كتعلم لنا a model، كتعمل لنا واحد statistical model from the data. So we are using decision tree, we are using random forest, we are using a k-nearest neighbor, for example, support vector machine, we are using bagging, boosting, whatever algorithm we are using. هذه مجموعات من الخوارزميات اللي هي تم التطوير ديالها. We are using it in the modeling. يعني اشنو هو الكورس of dimensionality؟ curse of dimensionality تعني إلى عندك مثلا واحد البيانات هي عبارة عن 3 مثلا هذو من البيانات اللي عندنا x1 x2 وعندنا y. منين غادي نديروا الجراف لهذه البيانات كيكون عندنا شي حاجه اللي هي بحال هادشي. مثلا ولا زدنا واحد x، زدنا واحد الاكس، المسافه ما بين هاد الفيتشرز كتزاد. زدنا another x، المسافه كتزاد. يعني هي البيان نفسها لكن the distance between the elements of the data is going to be expand. حنا منين كنديروا الموديل باش نقراو هاد البيانات، عوض هاد الموديل هذا كيتعلم لينا من البيانات كلها، وإلا كانت البيانات بعيده على بعضياتها بحال هكا الموديل كيولي يتعلم من كل وحده على حده. The model thinks this is a cluster. هذه هي اللي كتسمى الكورس of dimensionality، وإن شاء الله تعالى غادي نتعلموها later. So this is a future question. This is simply one of the questions we learned. Okay, Mehdi, these are the features that you can remove manually, but sometimes, yeah, we'll talk about them, Mehdi. Just hold on. Okay. يعني عندنا this is it's called the process كتسمى dimensionality reduction. يعني كاينه شي dimensionalities that you can remove before you read the data. وكاينه dimensionalities that you are gonna remove after you read the data. مثلا what are the feature selection؟ شنو هو الفرق بين feature selections و feature creations or feature engineering؟ feature selections هي فقط كتختار you select هذه غادي تمشي مثلا لأن this is an ID، هذا غادي يمشي this is a date، هذا غادي يمشي categorical data مثلا. you select features that you based on your knowledge it could bring something to your analysis, or simply it is a random, it is not going to add any value to the analysis. You select features based on scientific method, based on your understanding of the data. كدير والو البيانات غير كتختار شكون اللي غادي يمشي شكون اللي غادي يبقى. Feature engineering or feature creation كتخلق بيانات أخرى من البيانات اللي تعطاتك. You extract, you create a new features out of the existing features. So feature selections without machine learning نقدروا نستعملوا هذا ديال كتسمى knowledge base. Number one, knowledge base. وهذا knowledge base هي معرفتك على البيانات، هي هذا هتحيد على كل personal information، شي حاجة مثلا اللي it's not going to add any value like names, who cares, phone numbers، أي حاجة اللي هي too personal، حاجة اللي هي معيقة بزاف، يعني عندها معلومات شخصية بزاف، يعني سميتك، العنوان ديالك، فين ساكن، ولكن شي حاجة اللي كتعلق your attitude, your behavior، داكشي بغيناها. واش مثلا are you smoker، واش كتكمي، واش كتسكر، واش كتسوق بسرعة، هذه معلومات محتاجينها. لكن باش تقول لي سميتك أحمد محمد I don't care. So that is too much personal information. ولكن كاين شي personal information that we are gonna need. Anything related to your personality we are gonna need. الشخصية ديالك، واش عنيف، واش كتقلق دغيا، واش كتسوق بزاف، واش you care you don't care، هادو yeah we need them. ولكن شي حاجة اللي كتعلق انت بك كشخص، مثلا بحال سميتك، بحال العنوان ديالك، التليفون ديالك، ما غاديش تزيدنا شي معلومة اللي هي خاصة بالتحاليل. Okay. So we are gonna add all of this knowledge base. So we are going to remove anything that is personal, anything that is personal. Okay. We are going to remove days. We are going to remove phone numbers. We are going to remove data with high cardinality, states, cities, countries. We are going to remove IDs, constant, etc. That is called feature selections without using machine learning. يعني we are going to stop here. يعني إن شاء الله تعالى في بقية نتعلموا في الطرق ديال using machine learning. We are going to learn feature creation with machine learning and without machine learning. We are going to learn all of this. But for today, we are going to simply focus on removing some features using knowledge base, and also we are going to use correlation analysis. Okay, that is few things that we are going to learn today, hopefully. Okay, so we already know if we look into this data, we already know that few features should be removed. Hala, the policy number, it's a constant. I'm sorry, it's a random. Policy date, it's a date. We are not going to use, I know the program, not the project, so we are not going to use time series analysis. Otherwise, we have to keep this value or this column. We got the year. So this is something I added. Policy state, we got policy state, policy deductible, and annual premium. Zip code, we are not going to need it. Yeah, we are going to keep, we are going to need this one. And then what else? We got a date again. We are not going to need the date. Incident type, collision type, severity, authorities contacted. We got incident state, incident city. We don't need the city. We don't need the location. This is address. Incident hours, number of vehicles involved, property damage, bodily injuries, witnesses, police report. We are going to need. So I think we are going to need everything. Almost we are going to need everything, and we are going to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, around 7. Mahdi, we are not talking about missing values yet, so please hold on. We are not talking about missing values, outliers. We are not talking about that yet. We are still in the process of learning what we have in the data. Missing values, outliers, duplicates, categorical data is something that we are going to talk about next week. Okay, so we read the data. Yeah, insurance. So we got data in there, and the first thing that I would want to do هو أول حاجة اللي نقدر ندير هو هاد الأسماء ديال variables just to polish them. مثلا عندنا ال age هنا it's capital A, and everything is lowercase. This one is uppercase. عندنا مثلا عندنا capital gain and capital loss. شوف طريقة باش مكتوبة capital gain and capital loss. كاينة واحد الماينس. هدف insured relationship we got the underscore. We got underscore. Capital gain we got minus. هذا يقدر يخلق لنا مشكل في يعني في المستقبل. شنو غادي نديرو؟ The first thing is we need to make sure that we have some clean feature names. Got some feature names, they are clean. What do we mean by clean? So number one, we have to remove. Yeah, we have to remove space. إلى عندك space for names, we gotta remove it. We are going to need to remove special characters. We are going to transform everything to lowercase. بزاف يعني. There are a few things that we could do. باش نديروا هاد العملية هذه كاين جوج طرق. Number one is hard coded. We are going to tell the system, hey system, go and find any space and replace it with something. Find special character, replace it with something. So it's hard coded. Number two اللي هي اسهل وغادي نستعمل واحد المكتبة اسمها janitor library. Okay, that's we are going to use واحد المكتبة اسمها janitor by janitor. هذه هي المكتبة وانا غادي نصيفطها لكم في الشات. Okay. هذه المكتبة اسمها بايت جنريتور. هذه المكتبة هذه فيها رهيبة جدا جدا. one click you could remove spaces, you could remove name, the special characters, you could transform everything, anything to lowercase. Okay, that is very important. علاش? Why do we need to do that? Is to avoid having problems in the future. تصور مثلا انت في البيانات عندك two columns. عندك واحد الكولوم اسميته age وعندك واحد الكولوم اسميته age تا هو ولكن lower case. Someone must mute Sifi Fatima Zahra, please mute yourself. Thank you, ma'am. عندنا age وعندنا age. Both of them they are the same ولكن راه system كيعتبرهم different because هذا capital A وهذا lowercase a. باش نتفاداو حنا هذا المشكل هذا من البداية غادي نستعملوا هذا الفانكشن اللي كتسمى janitor. The first thing we gotta do is we are gonna print the columns. هذه هي مجموعة ديال الاكس اللي عندنا. اوكي عندنا بعض المشاكل هنا بعدا. Let's take a look. So we got capital A for age. So عندنا underscore which is good in our policies underscore state policy underscore مزيان كلشي مزيان. عندنا هنا capital ماشي underscore minus the capital gains and capital loss ما عندهمش الاندرسكور عنده الماينس. هذا الماينس هذا كتسمى special character. The janitor غادي is going to fix this, is going to fix all this problem and any problem that you have in the names of the features that you have for your data. Okay, so we are going to import janitor. So let me explain the code so you understand them. So إلا ما عندكش هاد janitor غادي تحيد هاد العلامة هذه وغادي دير pip install py janitor. This will install the library into the system. So we have the janitor in the system. Now we are going to bring it to the memory. Once we bring it to the memory using the import, now we are going to update, we are going to override. غادي نديروا الاوفررايد ديال البيانات اللي عندنا باش بالبيانات الجديده وغادي نستعملوا عليها واحد الفانكشن سميتها .clean names. هذه هي الفانكشن اللي جات مع المكتبه هذه اللي غادي نستعملوا so we can clean the names in our data. Okay, and we are going to print وغادي نقارنوا. We are going to print. Here we go. أنتم شوفوا النتيجة. So في الأول كان عندنا الage capital A دابا عندنا lowercase h. كان عندنا هاد capital minus gains capital loss. دابا عندنا capital underscore capital underscore. وإلا عندك 500 feature ما عندكش الوقت باش تمشي واحد ورا واحد وتحاول تفيكسيهم. So this library could fix all the names so you can start clean from the early beginning. إلا خليتي هادو ما ربما ما كاين حتى مشكل لكن إلا بغيتي تعيط على هاد if you are looking for capital minus loss داك الماينس كيقرا system like a minus. So you would create a lot of problems. Okay. Any questions, please? Any question, any doubt, any concern? Okay.
اسمعنا أستاذ ça marche pas pour moi ما خدمتش ليا.
Okay طيب I'm gonna make you a presenter. ممكن أخي share your screen. Yeah, I'm going to make you a co-host, and go ahead and share your screen, please. Mustafa, طيب, go ahead, share your screen. I'll help you. Okay, so حيد. Okay, so just hold on, ما دير والو. That's enough. حيد ذاك الهاشتاج حيدو. Run it. Your problem is our insurance. Go back, go up. للفوق. عندك مشكل بعدها في go up. go up. يصير البدية قاع من الأول. Okay, go down. نزل. Wait here. Yeah, go up again. دير الأولى قاع. Run it, the first step.
سلام.
Yeah, run it. Okay, run it again. No, run it. الأولى. Go back. Go back. Run it again. Run it. Execute. طيب, go ahead and execute. I think I lost you. There we go. Now, ثالثة. There we go. ما عندكش البيانات يا أخي. فين هم البيانات ديالك؟ Where is your data؟ راه ما عندكش insurance underscore claim. راه ما عندكش. واش نزلتي البيانات من Dropbox؟ طيب, talk to me. هضر معايا. Go to Dropbox.
نزلتهم.
Go to Dropbox and see Dropbox. Go to Canvas, Dropbox, and download the data. طيب, let me drive. Let me see if I can control your system.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I can do it, but let me see if I can. Give me the control. ليتي حرا. no. راكين البيانات تماك.
كاينين هم دخلتهم انا ما عندي.
هذاك جو باك. رجع للبلاصه اللي كنتي فيها.
الى لا.
Dropbox. Go to Dropbox, brother. Dropbox. ذاك اللي بزرق. It's called Dropbox. الأخرى قال the last one, the last tab في البراوزر ديالك كاين سميتها Dropbox. the last one. الأخرى قال tab الأخرى. no, just hold on. حبس. سير الأخرى كاملة هذه. راه كاين البيانات تماك. شتيها insurance complete. نزلها. ماشي هذيك. نزل هذيك.
اوكي.
داونلود. نزلها عندك السيستم.
انسر سكرينز.
يعني نزل load it. No, download it. You need to download. خصك تنزلها عندك في السيستم ديالك.
سيدي سامي.
يا طيب, تبع معايا. Pay your attention please. Download. You need to download the data to your system. خصك تنزل.
هذا ماي سيستم هذا استاذ.
اوكي, open up the. فين درتيها؟ فين نزلتيها؟
هاي لا ويك 4 هاي.
اوكي, open the week 4.
ما عندي اوتو انسنس كليمز.
اوكي, good. دابا سير البايثون ديالك.
اوكي, انا نخرج من هذا نحيدهم كاملين.
ابقى. دابا نزل تحت. No. Go to your Python. Go to your Jupyter notebook. نزل شويه. هذه في هذيك insurance claims ربما الاسم ديال الفايل عندك هو insurance claim underscore complete. شنو هو سميت الفايل؟
instance claims complete. ouais mais c'est pas le même.
ودابا غير السميه ديال الفايل عندك تما. No سير no اخي no go to your Jupyter notebook.
juste
اوكي هنا غيروا complete ديال complete.
attends juste pour
اوكي yeah I got you. اسمح لي dot وحيد هذيك الكلمه. here we go دار راني.
okay
here we go.
ouais good thank you.
You're welcome. Okay folks, back to my computer. Back to my computer. Can you guys see my computer, my system? Yes? No? Maybe? Good. Okay, so let's continue. أول حاجة كما قلت لكم منين كنطلعوا البيانات كنحاولوا غير نقيو الكلمات ذاك الأسماء ديال الفيتشرز. Why do we need to do that? Just to avoid a problem, to avoid problems in the future. You don't have to do it. ماشي بالضرورة ديرها، لكن من الأحسن يكون عندك الأسماء كلها بنفس الصيغة ديال الكتابة. يكون شي حاجة uppercase، شي حاجة lowercase، شي number names that you have special characters, names you have numbers in there. You have many that would create problems later. Okay, so today we are going to learn some generic features. We are going to learn some generic features to help us understand the data better. كاين مجموعه ديال commands if you are new. انا كنتعامل مع شي واحد اللي new، اما الا عندك خبره في البايثون this is boring. غادي نستعملوا واحد الفانكشن سميتها info، كاينه واحد الفانكشن سميتها shape، كاينه فانكشن سميتها describe، وكاينه describe dot وكاينه يعني مجموعه ديال كاينه head function، كاينه tail function. هذه مجموعه ديال commands اللي تقدر تستعملها غير باش تعطيك يعني فكره عن البيانات اللي عندك. Okay, so هاد info it is going to provide the information about the information about the data that you have. Okay, so let's do it. So we got the object. هذا our insurance هو ذاك الكاس اللي درنا فيه البيانات. It's an object. We are going to do the info. So this info, what it does, it provides you a lot of information that you could utilize to at least start knowing the data that you have in your hand. Okay, the first thing you gotta do here is number of records. So we got 1000 record, we got 1000. Okay, so you got 1000 record, and this is non-null. We got 1000, 1000, 1000, 1000, 1000 all the way to the end. يعني ما عندناش missing values. From all the beginning, we know we don't have any missing values. إلا عندك شي رقم هنا صغر من هذا it's less than 1000. For example, if you have 999 يعني راه عندك واحد missing values. That is first thing we need to know. Second thing, which is very important, is the type of the data. We got integer, float, and we got object. Object means object. The word object is a pandas naming convention, and it is simply means you have categorical data. It's very important, very important that you understand the type of the data that you have. I think I have in the other It's very important you understand the type of the data that you have, especially the categorical data. Because knowing the categorical data type that you have will help you to determine the transformation method that you are going to use. So it's very important that you know if you have ordinal data, this is categorical, or binary or nominal. If numerical, that's fine to know it's discrete or continuous. Knowing the type of the data is going to help you. It is going to help you to determine the transformation method. And just looking into the data, we know we have a lot of work to do. We got a lot of objects. We got a lot of objects. So we got a lot of data, categorical data that we have to transform for a reason or another to numerical data. خصوصا اللي يستعملون machine learning. If you know you are going to be using machine learning, it's always good to transform the categorical data into numerical data. إلا ما كنتش يستعمل machine learning, there is no need. Why do we need to transform our categorical data into numerical data when we are dealing with machine learning? لأن machine learning عبارة عن خوارزميات رياضية كتعامل مزيان مع النمبرز، مع الأرقام. إلى البيانات ديالك ماشي أرقام، كاين مجموعة ديال الخوارزميات اللي ماشي مشكل يكون عندك الكاتيجوريكال داتا نمريكال داتا، ولكن أغلبية ديال الخوارزميات الرياضية كتبغي البيانات ديالك تكون عبارة عن أرقام. That is very important. The machine learning as an algorithms, they deal better with numbers rather than categorical data. So we need to transform categorical data into numerical data. ولكن باش دير transfer, you need to know what type of the data that you have. لأن categorical data nominal is not categorical data ordinal. إلا درت الطريقة ديال باش غادي نحولوا الاوردينال نيميريك ماشي هي الطريقة اللي غادي نحولوا بها nominal نيميريك. إلا خربقتيهم إلا غادي you are going to create a bias. وغادي نشوفوا شي we are going to learn an example later in the program إن شاء الله. Okay, so we know that we have a lot of categorical data, and so we know we have a work to do. And yes, when we look into the data, this is categorical, this is categorical, categorical, categorical. There's a lot of categorical data that we have to deal with later in the program. So that is the info. Info is going to provide the information about the data, especially the type and also the count. So we got 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. There is no missing values. And look into our target variable. Yeah, this is the record 38 is flow reported as an integer, which is good. Normally, it should be binary, but it read as an integer. لأن في التارجت variable ديالنا احنا it's a binary 0 أو 1. 0 1 0 1 0 1. It's not 0 0 0 1 1 0 0. It's a 0 or a 1. Okay. Another generic function that we could use is called the describe. Describe will provide statistical analysis البيانات ديالك كتعطيك التحاليل إحصائيات كتعطيك إحصائيات على البيانات اللي عندك. مع الأسف هذا describe only works with numerical data. يعني كتعطيك الإحصائيات على البيانات الرقمية ماشي categorical data البيانات الاسمية. لكن ممكن تفورسيها باش تعطيك البيانات تعطيك إحصائيات. You could force it so you can get information, statistical information on the categorical data. Describe, it is going to give you describe function. Yeah, this is the describe. إلى البيانات ديالك numeric غادي تعطينا الكاونت، غتعطينا المين، غتعطينا المود المين ميديان، غتعطينا الماكس، غتعطينا المين. maximum minimum هتعطينا الكوارتايلز 25% 50% and 75%. المجموعة الإحصائيات اللي we are going to get if your data is numeric. If your data is categorical, of course you are not going to get the count, the minimum, the median. You are going to get the mode. You are going to get frequency. And of course you are going to get the count also. يعني الإحصائيات ديال البيانات الرقمية كتختلف على الإحصائيات ديال البيانات اللي هي غير رقمية. وأنت كعالم بيانات خصك تعرف هذه المعلومات هذه. As a data scientist, you need to know the statistics on your categorical data and statistics on the numerical data. So when can you have this cry function? By default, كتعطيك numeric. Is going to ignore the categorical data. We are going to try it. So as you see, we got the count, minimum, the mean, the standard deviation, the minimum, the 25%, 50%, 75%, and the maximum. مثلا age. عندنا المينيموم هو 19 عام. maximum هي 64 عام. I'm going to ask you a question. أنا غادي نسول لكم سؤال غير باش نعرف يعني I'm going to test your understanding. I'm going to test your understanding. افتراضا بأن عندنا 16 عام. عندنا 16 ماشي 19. So the minimum age that we have is 16. What is the problem? شنو هو المشكل اللي عندنا؟ What is the problem?
بروبليم سيكو ما يمكنش ناسيوريو شي واحد لاج.
Yes. راه ما يمكنش يعني راه كاين شي تصوير تماك من البدايه. راه انا بعدا في امريكا يعني الى 16 عام ولا 17 عام راه كاين مشكل. راه السيد هذا is driving illegal. شنو هو المشكل إلا عندك شي واحد عنده مثلا 96 it's impossible. 96 غادي يكون صافي الله يرحمنا ولا يكون في امريكا كاين داك العمر باقي كيوصل لكن كاينه نسبه قليله بزاف. في المغرب الا لقيتي شي واحد كيوصل عنده 96 عام كاين شي مشكل هنا. ربما نقدر نكون غلط. من المستحيلات تلقى درايفرز in Morocco ولا في الدول الافريقيه اللي عنده 90 الفوق وباقي كيسوق باقي شاد في راسو. So that is how important understanding statistics. It is very important and making sense of your data. وإلا لقينا مثلا 16 عام there is nothing wrong with it. 16 عام is a value. Nothing wrong with it. ولكن إلا ربطي if you were to connect this number with the auto insurance, then we got a problem in there. يعني دائما خصك تربط البيانات ديالك بدا دومين اللي انت خدام عليه. الا ما كانش هذه auto insurance راه 16 عام راه 16 راه ماشي مشكل. ولكن ملي كنربطوها بالدومين اللي كنخدموا عليه there is going to be a problem. وهذا كتطبقوا على جميع المجالات اللي كتخدم عليها. مثلا في مجالات الحراره مثلا الا لقيتي في الحراره في المغرب تقدر تكون مثلا الحراره ما بين 14 درجه و 35 ولا 40 مثلا 14 and 40. Okay, this is a temperature in Morocco. الى يعني في المينيموم غتلقى 14 ماكسيما تلقى 40. تصور لقيتي 40 65 مثلا 65. واش هاد 65 is it a reality is هو 65 ما عندها حتى مشكل مع النمبر. ولكن الى ربطنا هاد النمبر مع هاد الدومين هذا اللي كنخدموا عليه is something wrong. راه عندنا شي مشكل في البيان ديالنا. This is how important you understand the statistics of your data in relation with the domain you are working on So you need to make sure that the numbers do make sense statistically before you proceed. نسولكم سؤال. إلى لقيتي مثلا احنا خدامين في our insurance ولقينا هنا 16 عام. What do you think you need to do? لقينا واحد driver and do 16 عام. And you know it is totally impossible to insure someone at the age. شنو غادي دير؟ What do you think you should do?
نحيدو.
No.
Fitter engineer.
No.
Non? C'est pas remplacé avec la moyenne?
No.
Ask the business data to know.
Very close. قريب. سطري جهاد. You are...
We got to go back to the team to know
yes,
why
yes,
this.
Sir. Yes, sir. That's it. You cannot make a decision on your own. ما غاديش تقرر انت راسك. عارف بعدا خصك تصير بعدا فهم شنو كاين. And to make a decision, you cannot make a decision on your own. غايدير شي حاجة اللي هي stupid. You always need to go to your team and ask questions. Hey guys, what is going on here? Is this a valid number? Or was this a typo? What is going on here? عاد ممكن تتقرر واش replace with the mean, replace with whatever decision you want to make. Don't make a decision on your own before you consult the team.
Please, if it is impossible.
Yes, Idrisi?
If it is impossible.
What do you mean by it's impossible?
Par exemple, si on a des datas d'images satellitaires ou autres, c'est pas des images des personnes. Donc, par exemple, quand il y a les nuages, donc il faut remplacer une valeur. Pour remplacer une valeur, on accède à Fiscal Engineer ou bien donc les différentes étapes de Fiscal Engineer, non?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I lost my French. My apologies. I lost my French. So
not in French, in image, data for image.
Images.
Not data for person. Yes. So we can't ask anything. We should
just to make it a habit. Make it a habit. This is the best practice. Always consult before you make a decision. If there is not a team, then I'm going to make a decision on my own. But you got to tell the business, you got to tell the manager, this is what you have done in your data. Imagine, remember that you are working for me as a scientist, and you are going to give me something that I'm going to use to make a better decisions in the future. If you give me wrong information, I am going to make a wrong decision. So just to be in the safe, الشباب اللي كيعرفوا بالفرنسية ممكن يترجموا. Just to be in the safe, always before you make a decision on your data, make sure that you tell others about what you're trying to do. Tell your manager, tell your team, especially the team. And in your team, you have the data expert, you have the domain expert, and you have you. Just tell them, hey, we got a 16. Is this possible? Is this, maybe there was a typo. Maybe it was an error. And simply one call, hey, what's going with this person? Is 16. They checked all the historical data. They found it's 26, not 16. The person who was typing, he was typing very quick. Instead of typing 16, she typed or he typed 26. So the point I'm trying to make is in the real life scenario, you are going to be working on the data. That data could be audio, could be images, could be videos, could be structured data, tabular data. It could be unstructured data. When you find something that does not make sense to you statistically, don't make a decision on your own. Don't delete. You could delete, yes, but it's always good to get your team involved in your decision. If you have to, you need to be on the safe side. Because if you make a decision on your own, that decision is wrong, the business is going to make other decisions based on your decision, and the business is going to make wrong decisions. So there is no, you are not safe. You could lose your job next day. But if you share the information with the team and you make a decision, all of you, including the manager, you are safe. If the decision is wrong, you are at least you are safe. You are not going to lose your job. Idris, are you clear? Idrisi?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay, so, and that is how important it is to build a team. Let me tell you guys a story, and this has happened to me in 2017. I worked, a friend of mine hired me, a position data scientist. I was very excited. And that was my first professional project that I worked on as data scientist in 2017. He gave me a data, and he asked me a very simple question. He knows me. He knows my capabilities, my skills. We are friends. So he gave me a project, and he asked me a very simple question. Mo, how long will it take you to give me something? I looked into the data, like this, scanned over it. I told him, okay, what is the problem? I got a problem clarification. I scanned it through my data, and I promised to give him something by the end of the day. And trust me, guys, it took me almost 15 days to simply understand where the data is coming from. Why that happened is because I was working on a project on my own. I don't have no one in there to help me understand the business, no one in there to help me understand the data, no one in there to help me acquire, get my questions answered through about the data. And guess what? I lost my position. He fired me because I was not doing it right. That is, always make sure that you are working as a team. You have a very strong team with all the skills you are going to need, or with all the properties and characteristics that you are going to need, especially the domain experts, business expert, and data expert. If you are working in a sensitive project, and a project that is required, that is related to humans, always you need, it's always good to have someone with legal expertise, because you are going to make some decisions on humans. So we need to make sure that we are not violating any whatsoever rules, country rules, the company rules. So we want to make sure that we are safe. Okay, so the describe is going to give you all this information: the count, the mean, the standard deviation, the minimum, the 25%. This is the first quantile. The 50%. This is the second. This is the third, and this is the maximum. And of course, it is going to give you information on the numerical data. There is no categorical data in there. It's by default. The describe works only for numerical data. So if you don't like the format, it's simply you are going to add .t, means transpose clip. It is going to be the same information, but in the the same information. So we got the statistics in the columns, in the rows, and we got the columns, the feature in the columns. With the .t is the opposite. So we got the columns in the rows, and we got the statistics in the columns. So it's simply whatever works for you, do it. So you could do T, or you could do transpose function, and it's going to be the same. You are going to get the same information. The same information, or simply capital T. Lowercase t, does it work? No, it's capital T. Capital T. Lowercase t does not work. Okay, so what if, so these are the information you are going to get. As I said, these are the information you are going to get for numerical data, the count, the mean, standard deviation, minimum, etc. for numerical data. If you were to get the information on categorical data, we are going to tell it, hey system, I want you to include, please include anything that is object. In the info, we got objects. So we are telling it, hey, I want the information on the objects. By default, it is going to give you information on integers, the float, but it is going to ignore the object. And now we are telling the system, hey, give me the describe of this object, but I want anything that is categorical. And I'm going to run it. And so for the categorical data, for the numerical data, we got the count, mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, and the quantiles. For the categorical data, we got the count, unique, the top, and the frequency. And this is very, very important. This is very important. It is going to tell you, it's going to identify the features that you could probably transform into, you could probably eliminate. Okay, so let's take a look. So we got policy binned date. We got 951 unique. So this is too many records, or too many, too much, very high, very high. This is 3, we are good, we are good, we are good. 7, we are good. 14, 20, I think we are good. 60, that is a problem. Again, got 4, 4, 4, 5, 7, 7. 1,000 locations. That is why we need a location. It has to be removed because it has 1,000 unique variables. This is 3. I think we are good. Auto mod, we got 39. Probably there is going to be a problem. But we got with describing the categorical data statistically, provide us information on some features that we know we need to remove. So we need to remove the policy bin date because it has almost 1,000 unique features. We need to remove incident date again. We need to remove the incident locations. It has almost 1,000. So there are, there are a few decisions that we need to make. Okay, and we got the top. Again, top, for example, policy state. The top is Ohio. Top for insured sex, we got female. So this simply means in my data, we got many calls from Ohio, and female, they are making, they are the most of our clients calling to report an accident. Why? It could be because females, they are driving with babies, maybe they are talking on the phone, but there is another direction that we need to investigate. But we cannot, just please remember, you cannot make a decision because you are male or female. You cannot do that in US. Someone is gonna sue you. Unique means like for example, insured 6, we got 2 unique values. We got male and female, Dakar or Unta. That is called unique. Education level, we got 7 unique. Education level, we got PhD, we got associate, we got high school, we got masters, etc. That is what we call unique. Nor al-Mujahid, that is what we call unique. And why a large number is that a row is causing a problem? It is going to cause a problem. Why do you think is going to cause a problem? Very good question. Is because let's take a look into this one, for example. Why do you think, I'm asking you the same question, and of course I have the answer. Why do you think this is going to be a problem? We got 39, we got 14. Why do you think 39 is going to be a problem? Any question, any answer, any thought? Why do you think the unique auto model is 39 is going to cause a problem later? Any thought, please? Okay, so remember,
39 feature will be added to all the feature that we have already.
yes, so this is a categorical data. And we need to transform it into numerical data. When we transform this into numerical data, for every unique, we are going to create a column. So column 1, column 2, column 3. So we are going to create 39 new columns. And this is going to have a problem with dimensionality. For this one, we are going to create 951 new columns if we were to keep it. It's a very huge, huge number of new features that we are going to add. And we are going to go back to the problem that we started with, and that is dimensionality reduction. So we're trying to reduce, and now we increase the number of dimensionalities rather than reducing the number of dimensionalities. And you could get what we just mentioned, the cursive dimensionality. You could have a problem with computation. You could have a problem with the memory. The model could crash. There are so many things that the dimensionality would cause, the high dimensionality data would cause to your analysis. So we need to minimize the number of dimensionalities as much as we can. This is good. This is good. We are going to create only 3. This is 2. This is we are going to create 17, 7, 14, 20. I think we can live with that. But I don't think we are going to live with 951. I don't think we are going to live with probably 60. I don't think we are going to live with 1,000. And I don't think we are going to live with 39. So these 4 features, bye-bye. I'm going to take them. That does not mean you have to take every feature like that. You got to try, keep trying until you find a better method of handling your high cardinal data. Okay, and one thing is that we need while we are still in the process of understanding the data. We are in the process of understanding the data in terms of statistics. So we got some statistics on our data, and as data scientists, especially if you are working in a sensitive project, it is your responsibility to go through these numbers one at a time. Age, does it make sense? Yes, pass. Policy number, you got the minimum almost 100,000, maximum almost 1 million. Does it make sense? Yes, pass. Then you need to go through one at a time, especially if you are working in a sensitive project. Don't simply run it and pass. That is not why we have them. We have these functions. We have these functions to help us understand the data and make better decisions on the data. Don't let it go. You could have missed something that is that would create some biases towards the end of the project. Okay, one thing that we need to look into is the target variable. How is the target variable? How does it look like? And to do that is we are going to do value count of the target variable. Yeah, this is very important. This is very important. And the historical data that we have a target variable with the 0 means a legitimate and 1 means fraudulent. So we got 75% of the claims that we processed in the past, they are legitimate. And 25%, they are fraud. This is very important. This is historical data. Historical data. And of course, we need to learn a model from this historical data. So that model is what we are going to use to predict the future. So the future is, let's say that we have a client that is Idrisi. She just called in to report a claim. We want to know right on the fly if she is legitimate or fraudulent. And if we know she's legitimate, we are going to let it go. If it's fraudulent, we are going to stop it right on the fly before we proceed with the payment, with investigation, with so many things. That is very important. One thing that you need to be aware of is don't mess up with your target variable. You could change anything you want on your data. You could transfer numerical into numerical data into the categorical data into numerical data. You could transform you could transform the distribution of numerical data. You could do whatever you want with your data, depends on the need. But when it comes to target variable, don't do anything to it. Just leave it as is. Why? Because this target variable is where the evidence is, where we are going to get the evidence. Imagine that you are an FBI agent and you are investigating a scene. You cannot change the evidence. So the evidence, they have to be in their natural format. Otherwise, if you change the evidence, your investigation is going to be biased. So the target variable is the only column in your data that we cannot mess up with, except in two conditions. There are two conditions that you need to do something for your target variable. And this is a future things that we are going to cover later. So number one, this target variable, it could be binary. It could be trinary. It could be nominal. It could be multi-class. Or it could be simply continuous value. So the target variable is no. You cannot change anything about target variable except into two conditions. So when do we need to do something for our target variable? Number one, if your target variable is a binary, trinary, nominal, multi-class, and the target variable is not balanced, then we need to balance it using either oversampling, undersampling, or smooth method. So if your target variable is a binary, trinary, nominal, multi-class, and not balanced. Not balanced means if you have 99% 0 and you got 1%, this is not balanced. So we got to do something to our target variable. We got to balance it using oversampling, undersampling, or smooth, or there are other methods. That is if your target variable is binary, trinary, nominal, or multi-class. If your target variable is continuous and it's not normally distributed, it's skewed to the right, skewed to the left, then we need to balance it. So this is wrong, this is wrong, this is correct. That is the only two conditions, as far as I know. I may be wrong because this is an evolving technology. This is the only two conditions that you as data scientist, you need to do something for your target variable. Apart from that, target variable should be remain untouched and converted, because if you convert it, if you convert the target variable, you could lose some information that are critical information to create an accurate decision, to create an accurate model. Okay, folks, it's almost 6 o'clock. It's time to go to Masjid. So any questions, concerns, please? Any question, concerns, please? So this is our target variable. As you see, it's balanced. I think we can live with it. Okay. Okay, we have a balanced target variable. I think we can live with it. Any questions, concerns, please?
وي استاذ اسمح لنا استاذ بغيت نسولك استاذ بالنسبه بحال ليكزومبل اللي عطيتينا ديال 16 بحال هذوك اللي ملي كنديروا دي ميتين ما نقدروش نديفينيو شنو هما لي زيرو اللي نقدروا نيفيتيو بلا ما نعاودوا نرجعوا ثاني نديروا دي ميتين اخرين بحال مثلا.
Yeah, Mustafa, I barely hear you, and your question was not clear.
كتسمعني دابا مزيان استاذ؟
Yes, now it's better. Yes.
قلت لك فهذوك فاش كنا درتينا ليكزومبل ديال لانسيرانس كنا لقينا بان واحد لو نومبر ديال المين هو 16.
اوكي.
بحال هاد لي كا هادو فاش كنديروا لي ميتين مع ليكيب ديالنا واش ما نقدروش نونتيسيبيو فوالا الا كانت باغ اكزومبل لاج اقل من 18 ولا اقل من 18 عام نحيدوه اوتوماتيكمون ولا نغومبلاسيه ولا شي حاجه.
Yeah, it's possible. Brother was asking a very good question. So he said, when we are talking about this statistical analysis, can we have something in place that says, from the early beginning, that says rules or documents that says if you have any in the age, if you have a value less than 19 and greater than 64, then you need to eliminate, you need to do something about it. Yes, you could do that. You could, and that is what we call at the beginning. You should ask for the data dictionary. In the data dictionary, it is what you have in the data and the conditions around the data. But it's always good to get your team involved in your decisions. That was the point I was trying to make. من الأفضل دائما التيم ديالك يكون حاضر معك في الديسيجن اللي you're gonna make. It's always good باش انت تبقى هاني ما تكونش متابع. وإلا تصور انت خدام عندي ودوزتي لي هذه العمليه هذه اللي فيها 16 وفتا ما اكتشفتش حتى انا درت قرارات ديال الشركه اللي هي وستيك هولدرز تابعيني والممولين تابعيني اشنو غادي ندير معك. I'm gonna fire you. I'm gonna fire you next day because you messed up. You created a very serious problem that I have to deal with my partners, with my stakeholders, etc. That is to be in the safe side. باش تكون انت في خارج ديال ديك المنطقه الخطيره يعني safe. It's always good before you make a decision. I know you have a decision in mind, but before you make that decision, it's always good to let the team know about it and know why you are planning to do that decision. You got 16, you decide to remove it. Why do you need to remove it? That is a question that you need to, that is a question that I'm going to ask you if you are working for me. You are working for me, you find a driver with 16, you come to me and said, Mr. Mo, we found in the data that there is one claim with the driver for age 16. I am going to remove it. And I'm going to simply ask, ask you why. Then you got to have a solid answer. You need to justify your decision. So before you come into this crop, it's always good to study your decisions with the team, get information. Number one, educate yourself. Why do we have 16? You need to answer those questions. Then make a decision with consulting with the team, then present the decision to the management. You are going to be on the safe side. لو وقعت شي مشكل كترجع كتقول لهم لا رانا هضرنا مع التيم ديالنا وهل لقينا وهذا decision they are going to make. At least you are going to be safe.
But after chaque meeting on fait واحد البي يعني reporting ديال هذاك الميتين.
Yes, I mean you are going to meet every day. I'm working on a project with federal project. We are meeting 3 times a week.
Okay.
And sometimes we are repeating the same thing. So I have one meeting today. I'm sorry, one meeting that was repeated more than 15 times. And the same problem. The same problem. We are repeating the meeting every time. So we find the solution. We ask someone to fix it. If he pretend to fix it or he said they fix it. I checked this yesterday. It was not fixed. I have to go back and tell them, hey, the problem is not fixed. I need the data with this criteria. So we are going to meet again on Monday. We are going to discuss. We are going to meet on Tuesday. We are going to keep discussing the same problem until we come up to a conclusion that it's completely fixed. So the number of meetings you are going to have with the team is not a problem. Actually, that number of meetings is healthy because it is going to help you as a team to understand your direction, what you are doing, why you are doing this, and prepare to give an answer to the business and the decisions you are making. The business, they are going to ask you, why did you do this? So you better have an answer for them.
Okay. Another please. Just واش ما نقدروش نديروا حنا البارامتراج يعني نقولوا مثلا في هذا لوكا ديال الانسيرانس نقولوا الا كان باغ اكزومبل قل من 18 عام ما تحسبوش شي حاجه بحال هكا.
You could.
Okay.
ولكن الشيء اللي كان على المكانه the best practice.
Okay.
هي just a practice. واش تستعملها ولا ما تستعملهاش that's your business. But I'm teaching you some of the best practices that you need to address or you need to apply just to be safe, to be in the safe side of the game.
Okay, الله يرحم والدين. ميرسي أستاذ.
There are parameters for the database. In the database, you are going to tell database, pull every records where the age, select from this database, age is between 19 and 64. You could do that. Yes, you could do the answer. Yes, you could do. You could use parameters and logics and parameters to determine what do you need to have in the data.
ولكن كيف قلتي نقدروا يكون عندنا المشكل في هذوك اللي نيميرو الاج اللي صغار هما اللي كان فيهم الفخود وغنطيحوا في المشكل في الاخر.
نعم صح.
الله يرحم لك والدين. ميرسي.
مرحبا اخي. Okay folks, it's 6 o'clock and now it's probably 12 in Morocco. That's it for today. I'll see you guys next week. So please download the data, play around it. Reach out to me during the week if you have any concern, any doubt. I will be more than happy to assist you further. We'll be more than happy to meet with you to clear out any doubt you might have, answer any question you might have. We are here to learn. Don't be shy to reach out to me if you need any help. I'll see you guys next weekend, inshallah. Until then, you guys have the rest of the week. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.